Okay, this is June 21st, 2025. I'm here at the home of Eric and Nicole Haney in the city of Dana Point. So I'm going to stand back, Alex, with my back to the couch of the drawing, looking back into the kitchen. First thing you'll notice, there is a soffit, which is at 88 inches. The rest of the ceiling in the kitchen nook area and the family room is 96. So in the perfect world, they want to remove the entire soffit. They do have a neighbor that basically cut out a very large light box, but left all of the edges of the soffit, and they're not sure if they did it because there was something in there or they just did it just because that was the style that they did. So perfect world, soffit comes out, so it extends over these cabinets here too. And also would like to remove a wall and open it up. So this is the wall that we're talking about right here. Let me just stand back. In the living room. Okay, so here's the fireplace in my drawing. There's the entryway, the front door is right there. Okay, so basically this is the wall that we're talking about. So ceiling height over the French door is 117 inches, and then it goes to 14 feet 3 inches there. So this is the wall that we're talking about here. And they're open to design ideas. They also want to know how much more to remove that wall, the load-bearing wall, if it's load-bearing, assuming that it is, because it's 2 stories. And then they might possibly, if Plan A doesn't work, where they're removing the wall, then possibly Plan B, to where we're staying within the same footprint without removing the wall. They're open to design ideas, so they do want to extend the cabinets further, closer to the window here, and then move the dishwasher over to this side, and then maybe have a double trash pull out on that side, and do lazy Susans in both corners, assuming that wall stays, so both corners. And then, there is a vent to the outside, so they're gonna get a 36-inch hood, so we do have a vent there, because they wanna buy a 36-inch range. Farm-style sink, a new faucet, a new 24-inch dishwasher, a new 36-inch refrigerator. These are all like sizes that we're like guesstimating at this point. They haven't shopped for appliances. And then, they have double wall ovens here. They want to get rid of those. But they do want to have a microwave somewhere in the kitchen, and they would like to have ideally more counter space. So you can figure out how to get them more counter space. That would be great. And then they have a desk in this area, so let me show you the desk. So just to get your bearings, there's the dining room, here's the kitchen, and then you can see the desk in my drawing. So they don't need to have a desk, but they want some idea on what to do with the space, how to utilize it better. Okay, so if you can give them some ideas, that would be great. They do want to keep that dining room table, so they don't want the kitchen to impinge into the dining room where they're losing out on the dining room, and they want to make sure that there's enough room around the dining room table for people to get in and out with chairs. And then they also want to replace the floor. So the entire downstairs, we're on a slab foundation. They have hardwood floors now that's floating, so they're sitting on clips, and then a slab underneath. So they want to do tile that looks like wood throughout the entire downstairs, except for the laundry room and the downstairs bath. So right now we're approximating the square footage at 1,100, at another 10% for material. Okay, and I think, last item is the garden window. So there's a picture in a nutshell of the garden window. You can see the stucco. In fact, let's go out there. Oops, excuse me, baby. Excuse me. I'm just gonna go outside. Okay, so here's the garden window. And it's you can see the dimensions on my drawing of the garden window. So all of the windows in the house have been replaced. They look like they're Anlin windows, and they want to do a white vinyl garden window. Okay, so that would be the last window that gets replaced in the house. Okay, so I think that should be everything. And again, they're open to design ideas. Anything else? Or?
Well, we did want to replace, so there is the brick pavers in the entryway. We want to replace, so it's not just the wood flooring, but also the entryway.
Oh, with the same tile?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Alex, this brick in the entryway, that also is going to get the same tile that looks like wood, okay? So just FYI. All right, so we got it all. Thank
Yep.
you.